What is a portion size? It's how much they actually consumed. That's what we're looking for.
In my opinion, the details that are the most difficult to capture are the portion size. I think people have a hard time visualizing what they ate, or taking what they consumed, what they ate, and putting it into a size.
They don't have to rely on their memory to guess how much they had to eat. That's where the food recall kit comes in. Using the visual aids in the kit will greatly enhance your ability to get an accurate food recall.
Okay, Brenda, the other part of this detail cycle is estimating how much you ate. And these visuals here, they're going to help us determine to an accurate point, pretty accurate, how much you ate.
Okay.
So if you take a look at these and then determine which one you think come more closer to what you had.
Okay, here's the cereal bowl that you had asked for earlier. I'm not real for sure, but I'm thinking it would probably be more about like right there.
Okay.
Visual aids help people estimate their portion size. It actually helps if they can pick up and handle the visual aid. That's why we have the food recall kits. There's a variety of visuals available to help estimate portion size. First, let's look at visuals for liquids. Because people eat in different places and they use different kinds of containers, it's useful if you can have in your kit examples of the types of containers that they're going to find in those situations. For example, over here we have examples of the kinds of containers that people would use at home. These on this side are examples of containers that they would use if they were at a fast food restaurant or at a convenience store and they were filling their own cup. And then finally in the center we have examples of the kinds of products and the types and sizes of containers that they would get if they actually went in and bought the product already in the container itself. The next group are amorphous foods, and that's a word you may not know. It simply means that these are foods that either mound, or you would scoop out of a container, or that you would pour into a bowl. They don't really have a shape on their own. They're going to take on the shape of what they're sitting with. So let's look at how you can possibly estimate those. For a lot of foods that would be served in a bowl, like cereal or oatmeal, you can ask them, have a variety of sizes of bowls, and ask them to pick the bowl that most closely represents the one they have at home. And then using bean bags that are actually filled with beans that you know the quantity of, put a variety of sizes or amounts of these. It may be that they need 2 of them to say this looks like the amount that I had, and then you can get a good idea of how much they actually ate. There are other tools as well. Many times these are folks that don't do a lot of cooking themselves, or maybe don't have official measuring cups and measuring spoons, so that those types of tools aren't especially useful to them. But if you have them handy, you may even be able to put those in the bowl and get some information from them that way. Also, we have food models in some kits, and those can help give people a good idea. Again, remember that you may need to combine the number of them or have them visually divided in half so that the amount that they ate looked more like this than just one on its own. The rest of the foods fall under a wide grouping we call known amounts. These are things that really we don't measure per se. They're things like an egg or an apple or a piece of fruit. Now, under serving size, what they'll tell you is a piece of fruit is the size of a tennis ball, but that's not necessarily the known amount that the individual that you're talking with and working with is going to be using. Their known amount for that same apple may be much larger, or it may actually be smaller than this, and that's going to go across the board on many kinds of foods. It may be a slice of bread, and to you this may be the slice of bread the size that you use, but for someone else that slice of bread may be thicker, it may be wider, it may be taller. So it's real important to work with the individual so that they understand and you can record exactly the size of the product that they actually ate. The same goes with bagels. You can see that we have standard bagels, and this is what I would call a bagel, either one, but they're quite a bit different in size, and so it becomes important to have an additional visual aid, which might be something like a ruler, so that they can measure the food and find out how big it actually is. Same thing, if you've got a visual aid of something like a brownie or a piece of pie, well, that ruler can be a very useful tool in helping determine exactly how much brownie they ate as opposed to what the serving size of that brownie might be.